Oh, there he is.
There's Steve.
There's Steven.
Better look at the illustration of the group.
Hold on, Steve. I'll get you in on there. What's going on, everybody?
Hi.
Hello.
What's up? Hey, let's add. We got one more on here. There's the man.
Heyo.
What's up, Steve?
Greetings.
How you doing, sir?
Torment is a no.
That was like some of the best shit that we had going on the last live stream. We're just like, wait a minute. Torment is a communist. That's me. Let's talk about it.
And Millie, do you notice something else on his wall?
Well, then, oh right, he's got who is that?
Jamie's-
Pizza the Hut?
Jamie's drawing.
Yeah.
I love it. That's excellent.
Nice.
Who is that?
And then underneath that is my Where the Wild Things Guar artwork.
That might be the most Steve like thing I think in existence. How you doing, sir?
I just woke up.
Fuck yeah,
Wow.
you did.
Wow.
It's good out there, man.
I didn't sleep at all last night, so
yeah?
I went to bed around. I went grocery shopping at like 9 this morning. I went to bed I think around 11 a.m.
Oh my god.
You got me
Well,
beat.
is that because you were twitching?
Yeah, I. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but I mean I have been making an effort to do that more.
Right.
Though, for a better look at Where the Wild Things Guar.
I really do want to take a look at
There
that
we go.
for sure.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's Guar done in the art style of Where the Wild Things Are.
I love it. Yeah, no, I definitely got to check that out. How you doing over there, Draces?
Good.
We just ate a bunch of fried chicken.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh!
That's right. You were telling me that you guys got that place that just opened up.
Yeah. So we found out it's actually fried chicken fingers. So it's not like full on fried chicken, but their sauce game is unreal. Like
Sauce.
the Korean barbecue sauce was.
Oh yeah.
I am so full of goodness. I feel like I'm walking on the goddamn moon. It's amazing.
I haven't eaten a fried thing in a month and
What
a
is
half.
this
so
place?
it's like,
It's called Edna's Fried
Oh, I've heard of it. I want to go.
Chicken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to be open in Logan. That's
pretty
their
cool.
new plan at West Logan.
For you
But-
and in Logan?
well, the same people that own,
Chubby Wieners. It's
Chubby
it's in
Wieners.
Chubby Wieners right now.
Fried
So-
icy.
we called in a favor.
Yeah, so we called them directly, and they gave us the hookup. Fried pickle.
I'm never gonna grow up.
Chubby Wiener. That's a pretty.
Yeah.
That's about as good of a. That's about as good of a Wiener Shack name.
Yeah.
That I think that you can get.
Yeah. Oh, Loftus, you're looking very pompadoured since we last saw you.
I know. Well, no. Like
Shower,
Gabe said,
got
like hold on. I'm gonna throw this up here real quick because Gabe said, like, hey, look at tank top with the fresh cut, and no, I didn't. I just decided to like bathe and wash myself.
Just had a fresh shower. Yeah. Yeah.
Where that came from. Yeah, I got out of the shower and then like just popped like while it was still wet, like popped a little bit of product on it and then like laid down and kind of took like a 15-minute like power nap or whatever, and then I was okay after that. But that's why it looked.
And then you threw on your leather jacket and you went, hey!
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And that is how I try to fix most things, is just by hitting, like,
I mean, it works.
it can work. It absolutely can work. I've definitely, definitely.
It's the manliest way to do things.
Yeah. Did you try turning it off and turning it back on? Did you blow into it?
Well, no.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah.
That happened with me literally with this live broadcast because we were getting ready to go on. We were getting ready to go on live, and then occasionally my laptop will just like have a brain fart and then just like turn off completely or whatever it was. So hold on.
I heard that like taking a nap is like the people version of like turn it off and turn it back on again.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
That or a night of heavy drinking.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be like a little nap. If you nap too long, then
It's
you're
bad. Yeah.
Then you're just asleep.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
your hard drive gets
Well,
corroded or
Yeah.
something.
I was like the queen of the 3-hour power nap in college. I would be like, I just take a little nap and then wake up and it's like 9 p.m. and you're like, wait, what?
Well, there was this
one fucking
like
one thing. Here we go. Oh, here. This also might be like we got Gabe says taking bets. I mean, I don't. You know that.
Gabe, where are you? Are you here?
Yeah.
This camera's set up all around the house.
I know, right? Yeah, or it's turning into that tiger thing where it's like I saw this thing with an antenna that was posted up in the corner of the goddamn reserve, and it's Gabe with the fucking with his fucking camera going. No, yeah, I mean, it was definitely one where it's like I didn't like usually like I'll try to do like a little something physical and then fucking I'll have a shower after that. And then if I don't, like one usually follows the other and I'll forget to have a shower, which like you should, that's a big pandemic, like pro tip is like
take a shower.
Like shower. Right. No, but I mean like it gives you like a little bit of a fresh start and it kind of, it helps you kind of like
feel like a human being. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, like yeah, definitely. Like fucking, like feeling like human beings is like literally like the baseline that we're all trying to strive for right now.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
Also, we recorded a podcast earlier today, and we had talked about obviously it was before we'd eaten, and so I think Sean might have said something about Doritos. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I put a mask on and I went to 7-Eleven and I bought a goddamn bag of Doritos like an American.
Those
It was
Doritos are
amazing.
covered
Oh.
in COVID. They're covered.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna let them sit outside for like 2 hours until the COVID settles.
I'm gonna wipe it down with a Clorox wipe.
Yeah.
Or just open them and put them in a bowl and then just eat it from the bowl and then your package.
Well, then you're like resigning yourself. It's the game you play with yourself where you're like, I'm gonna open this bag of chips and we're only gonna eat a little bit and we'll save some for later. But if you put them in the bowl, you're like admitting that you're gonna eat the whole bag, and that
That's
feels
true.
bad.
I mean,
yeah. Would it be like
that's a game I don't play. I just know I'm gonna eat the bag.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how I live.
You just go for it.
Dustin is definitely like a know thyself type of an operator. We're just like
Yeah.
this shit is,
Yeah.
it's all going down the gullet, so it doesn't matter if it's a bowl, it's a bag, whatever it is, you know.
It's all fine.
Try to play the game with
Oh my
myself.
God.
I'm like,
Yeah.
nah.
Doritos, yeah, damn.
Yeah, like yeah, right. The
We had
oh, here we go. This could be a good one.
Doritos and Lysol.
Lysol the Doritos, like that'd be pretty like nacho cheese lemon scent. That could work.
Coming soon, Lysol flavored Doritos.
It can't be worse than those like weird like flavors that they had for a while of all the Lay's potato chips.
Oh
man.
yeah, they had all those loony, wacky flavors. Of
Yeah.
Lay's. Yeah.
I remember. I'm trying to think about what was. I mean, that was a thing that.
And they're like caramel macchiato Lay's.
Who?
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, hold on. Yeah, no, I remember. What was the other one? I think one of the weirdest ones that I just didn't. I'm just like, I don't even know what the fuck we're going for. Was mashed potatoes and gravy flavored. Sprinkles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
fuck
they-
that up.
They're all just like
It
salty.
didn't work for me though. I thought it was
Yeah.
bad. Like I thought.
Well,
it was,
Do you
well, if
guys
it's mashed, if it's
remember-
mashed potatoes and gravy, that's just a gravy flavored chip because you're
Yeah.
taking care of the potato part already
Potatoes and
intrinsically.
chips.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait, isn't Doritos corn? It's a corn base.
No, you're
We're talking
thinking
about the Lay's.
Fritos.
Lay's.
The Lay's.
Oh, Lay's. Do you remember the online? This was like a meme on Facebook because it was Lay's did that online design your own Lay's chip flavor, and people were doing stuff like orphans, or they were doing like
Random, yeah.
hair,
Right. Oh,
or
God.
they were just like they're aerodynamic.
Oh, absolutely. Well, no, then there's like, you'll have like, or like, yeah, like,
Neosporin flavored.
Yeah, like people were like doing just ridiculous like.
Hey, at least you'll heal your mouth quickly.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, that's
Right?
true.
totally. What was the thing? How y'all been doing, man? You've been doing. I know, like my sleep schedule's definitely kind of been super wonky. Like I went to bed around like 7 this morning. Steve.
Yeah.
It's like you seem like you beat me by quite a bit, but like, I mean, like, yeah.
I I don't know what time means anymore.
Time doesn't really matter,
No.
honestly.
Time is an abstract concept created by carbon-based life forms to monitor their own decay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
You need to be like crushing a can while you say that. It's like you need to like pull some like True Detective shit.
With your screen.
Yeah, no, I've hit a point where it's like I eat when I get hungry, I sleep when I'm sleepy. That's pretty much it.
Totally.
But
Yeah.
I've become basically I've become fully nocturnal basically, but I mean, can't be fixed. Like, thankfully, there's the universal reset button.
Oh my god! Yeah, no. I also noticed, Steve, that you started streaming on Twitch.
Yes.
That's pretty fucking cool, dude. What were you playing the other night? Was it Overwatch or something? What was it?
I've been switching between Resident Evil 3, Overwatch, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Binding of Isaac, and League of Legends for the most part.
Oh, all right. Well, shit. You got a fucking hat trick going on there.
I've got a bunch of shit I've been bouncing around between, and I still haven't figured out the audio, so the audio is kind of shit. But ideally, what I'm waiting for is when my other gaming friends get on, so we can do ARAMs on the stream ARAM means all random, all mid. And it's where you're just given a random champion and you just kind of have to fight and figure it out. It's super fun, and my friends are insane. So
I will say, when I opened up, the Twitch was a delight. Even though I was kind of simultaneously, I was doing one where somebody was like doing a VJ set, and I was watching you play. But when I did bring you up, the first thing that I heard was just a giant belch. Like, I literally like opened up and it was like all these aliens were fighting one another, and then all of a sudden it was like, and it was like I'm drinking on Twitch, so you have to hear my burps, and that was literally like the opening line. It was amazing.
There we go.
There we go. Oh my god. Here, I was gonna say. Here we got a little suggestion for you, Steve, from Simon over there. You got to get a lot of nice candles going on. So it's like if you are going to be at night, that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Simon wants to create an atmosphere.
I panic. One of my panic buys, where it's like, like where you just buy something that you don't normally buy, was every time I go to Target, pick a candle. I was just like, and I need a candle because I don't know, the world's ending, so candles are going to be important. So like I have a bunch of random like just candles. I have like those religious tall skinny ones.
Oh yeah.
Not with the saints on it. I just got the plain ones because they're cheaper. But like I would just panic buy not like a bunch, just like one. Every time I would go, I'd have to like buy a candle.
Right. No, I definitely picked up. Well, check this out. So like we recently did like a big deep clean of the Burlington before we got furloughed and when we couldn't work. And I found, I guess, like in the Burlington, they used to have like a lot of those, of like the saints candles and stuff like that.
Yeah, the tall skinny.
Found a shitload of them, and so now I got like 8 or 9 of them in there.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I'm gonna make my office look like a set from like The Craft or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're
make a shrine.
really cheap. We before we got shut down, we had run out of our normal like bar candles, and my coworker Larry just like got a bunch of those tall skinny ones, and they last for like way longer, and they're like $2 a pop, and I bet if you buy them in bulk they're even cheaper. But
oh sure. Yeah.
There's a prayer candle for you, Morgan.
what?
I just posted a link.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
The
like a prayer candle.
No, I remember. Well, like, and that was the other thing. What the fuck? What was it? Big Candle was definitely having a fucking moment in the 90s, like, because it wasn't. Well, there was like a lot of like, kind of like witchcraft, satanic type like movies that were coming out, and just like the fucking candle industry was fucking booming on those fucking art direction sets. You know what I mean? You get like The Craft, like Stigmata, that movie with who was that? Oh god damn it, what was her name?
I didn't know there was a movie called Stigmata.
No, Stigmata's really good.
Yeah, like what was the other one? End of Days with Arnold Schwarzenegger was another one.
Ah,
Yeah.
I forgot about End of Days.
Practical Magic.
Practical Magic.
Practical Magic, that whole house
Yeah.
is
It's a
like
total
you
thing.
want that house. You're like, I just want the whole house, the whole kitchen. I just want all of it.
Totally.
But put it in the middle of a city because I don't really want to live in a small town.
All right, well, here, so this
yeah.
is something that we were all talking. Me and Mel had talked about this before.
Dude, yeah.
So have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen those new photos that dropped of that shit today?
I
Wait,
still have
are they
that book
are they
that I-
attempting to film Doom again?
Oh yeah. Oh,
TV
yeah.
show or movie?
Movie.
Movie.
A movie.
It's probably
Yeah,
gonna be like
so
a trilogy.
Chalamet.
the
Oh.
guy-
With Timmy and Zendaya and Dennis Villeneuve is directing.
Oh, Zendaya's gonna be in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I'm on board.
yeah,
She's fantastic.
totally. No,
I see. It's supposed to come out this year. Holy shit.
yeah, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard.
Let me look it up.
Like,
The images look pretty cool.
well, the cast is ridiculous. So it's like Timothy Chalamet,
Helmet.
Timothy Chalamet. It's got Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Jason Momoa, Skarsgård.
Javier Bardem.
Yeah, like the cast is fucking ridiculous, and like the guy.
It is.
Yeah, like and the cast that and like who else? Oh yeah, and like the guy who directed like Blade Runner 2049 and Sicario and Prisoners and like all of these fucking. He hasn't really made, like, ever like a bad movie, so like I don't know.
that's
I'm not familiar with Timothy Chalamet though. He looks like a Jonas brother.
He does cut. Yeah, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong.
My coworker Carissa did. You know how everybody's like posting their senior photos, and like this bitch, she posted it, and I'm like, oh, you were just Timothy Chalamet.
Wait. Carissa?
Yeah, where is it? I wonder if you guys can see this.
That's true.
You're gonna stream her on like YouTube.
How much she looks like trying to get the
I can see it just from the hair alone.
Yeah,
I
just the hair
know,
alone.
it's a
is
little
ridiculous.
hard to get the
It's hard to make out any facial details other than the eyes.
I know.
But from
But
from hair alone.
Well, also she has these cheekbones that are so much like it's when she was younger. Oh my god! And I like posted a picture of Timothy who looks like looking just like her, and I was like, why were you him? And she's like, it's me.
Right.
But man,
oh my God.
I wish I looked like Timothy Chalamet in high school. That means you never had an awkward phase.
Right, exactly.
You just went to pretty.
Yeah, right, yeah.
That means getting laid was natural for you.
Yeah, but with
Yeah.
men and women, it didn't
Totally.
matter.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No,
He doesn't discriminate.
Oh yeah, the other one that I forgot about, Rebecca Ferguson. She's been in. I think she was in. Oh yeah, she's been like the gal counterpart in the last couple of Mission Impossible movies. She's in it too. So like,
I'm not familiar with her whatsoever.
the fucking pedigree of the new Dune movie is about as good. They've assembled about as good of a fucking crew as I think they could possibly get with that movie. It's just gonna be
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Oh wait, was she the hat lady in Dr. Sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's awesome.
she was really good.
Yeah.
How was that movie?
I will
Lindsay!
say, yeah, Lindsay.
What's up, baby?
So my thing with Dr. Sleep, I really appreciated. Like it's audacious. It's like they're like, we're just gonna go for it.
Sure.
And it's
Humble
like,
brag there, Lindsay.
wait, what?
Oh, yeah,
She's like, I interviewed her twice. It's no big deal.
Well, I'm glad because I'd be sad if she was a jerk.
Yeah.
She
Right.
seems like a really talented lady.
Yeah. Oh my
So,
God.
Do you have like a sippy cup nipple on that whiskey? What do you got like a bar pour on there? You're
what's
just like,
going on?
oh, I thought you had like
He's taking
like a baby
he's
nipple,
taking-
like you're like just go blah 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 blah, like a rat in
no.
a cage.
No, I'm a
full Animal House on that motherfucker.
I'm a full functioning adult, so it is just as nature intended, and
couldn't even put it in a glass. Yeah,
The animal.
you goddamn animal.
No, he's slashing it.
I have evolved beyond the need for glasses.
Right.
So if you think about it, every liquor bottle comes in its own glass.
If you live alone, a bottle is your glass, right?
Okay,
Exactly.
that's
Morgan
No
gets
one
me.
is there.
Right.
You're like, sorry, you can't have
That's
any.
true.
I drank it out of the bottle.
I'm sharing. I'm sharing.
I like
Oh
that.
my
During
God,
the
my-
time of COVID.
So
Oh my God, my
this-
camera stopped working. What did I do?
So
How did this happen?
So this is an interesting thought here. Since you're a big X-Men, both of you guys are big X-Men dudes, but you've actually seen Dr. Sleep, Dustin. I'm gonna throw this up on here real quick. It's more like an X-Men movie than horror.
X-Men.
Yeah.
X-Men.
Actually, yeah.
It's an X-Men movie. You know,
If
if
Magneto,
we get all of them together, we'll make a great X-Men movie.
because it was like if Magneto was roguing everybody, where he's like, I need to drain them all.
Okay.
So,
Michael
Instead of the
Fassbender can
one-
drain me any day.
I mean,
Michael
Listen.
Fassbender? Oh, sure, absolutely. Yeah, I think we'd all be down for sure.
Even Ian McKellen too, preferably Fassbender, but I'll take McKellen as well.
I'll take
Bring me when you
McKellen,
have the
sure.
chance, Charles. I'll never. What? Somebody was asking before. What bass are you playing right now? What kind of a bass is that, Steve?
Oh, I have a Ernie Ball Music Band Sterling. It is my pride and joy. Even though, like that said, I have a Taylor acoustic, and no, this is my pride and joy.
Is that the one that you play? That's the one that you play the most, right?
Yeah, this is my main instrument. When I started playing music, I started as a bass player. I was kind of relegated to that because we all got into music at the same time when we were like 12, 13, and that was when Blink-182 was super big.
Yeah.
And we already had a drummer friend, we already had a guitarist friend, and no one played bass, so I fell into that.
You do the bass drop.
Yeah, well, I fell into that niche, and I'm actually really happy for it, even though I'm a very loud, ostentatious person. I really love bass. But that also means, like, I get to learn slap, so...
There you go.
But
Hey Steve, have you been? You ever seen a YouTuber named Davey504?
yes, I
I
have.
love him. I love him.
The video where he plays a 32-string bass
Yeah.
blows my goddamn mind,
Yeah.
because it's like I don't know how you even reach half that shit. But no, he's actually a little bit of an inspiration, because my whole goal during this quarantine is to try and learn Primus's Tommy the Cat, and I can play it. I can play the main riff at about fourth speed,
Sure.
but it's a work in progress. Like, I've put on the movie Dread I don't know how many times and just been like,
Oh yeah, I remember you put on Dread after we did the commentary, or not Dread, not Dread too.
Yeah.
The one that we did, but yeah,
I've had
Flash, much like your bass.
these are the movies that I've had in rotation. Wait, there we go. Dread, Fury Road, The Thing, Terminator 2, and actually this hasn't been in rotation. Cat in the Woods is a great movie.
Yeah.
I had a friend come over at the beginning of the quarantine, and she had never heard of it. So,
Ooh, nice.
That's pretty solid. I mean, like, I there is a little bit of a motif, like everything kind of even deals with like quarantine, post-apocalypse, dystopian
Yeah.
future space.
That's a good, like a good combo.
Yeah.
that's my bread and butter.
Yeah, totally, dude.
Your movie playlist. It has a theme.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Totally.
And I'm trying to get after other things.
You
Some
can't do that one. That would be pretty cool for you to play. I mean, what is the deal with all of these Dorman Juniors playing the Seinfeld theme? You know what I mean?
What's the deal with my airline food?
Yeah.
What's the deal?
God. I had something to say, and that completely.
Right.
Seinfeld theme derailed you.
So there was another thing because like we were talking about Twitch before and how like you've been gaming on Twitch, Tormund.
Yeah.
Me and Dustin have been we've been like doing a lot of DJ sets on Twitch and shit like that, when it's really really good for that stuff. I was thinking, so this happened while I was DJing. I was taking requests, and all of a sudden, Mina, who's Scott Captain America's girlfriend, hopped on to the stream and was just like, "Who's hotter, Taylor Swift or Britney Spears?" And I had to vote whoever I played first, and I ended up kind of mashing two of their songs together because I think that they're hot I think they're hot in different time areas and for different reasons.
No, Britney's the socialist queen.
I was gonna say, what era Britney Spears?
Britney Spears is going to lead the socialist
revolution.
uprising revolution. Have you seen her social media?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it.
I was never super into Britney, and also, I hope you'd never think I was ever super into Taylor.
Taylor's okay. Taylor's all right.
I mean,
They both, as far as pop music, they both write a bop. I just have, I mean, it's probably because I'm older and I'm on a longer journey with Britney, and also, like, I am upset on her behalf, so I'm always I'm like, Taylor's fine.
Britney
Taylor's gonna be fine.
I was never super. I was never super
Right?
into
Exactly.
either. But as far as music goes, I can tolerate Britney much more than I can tolerate Taylor. But I can look at Taylor a lot longer than I can look at Britney.
I think, Steve, in 20 years when you're like an old man, I feel, because it's like the nostalgia with Britney is like a lot of what's fueling where I'm like, oh man,
I think
remember
so.
the 2007? That was a time, and it's like, I don't know, and then I think I'll have the same thing happen with Taylor in the future. Like, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Sure.
I respect what she does because it's like, man,
in 20 years, I will have evolved beyond all of
an
that, and my
empire.
default answer to anything along these lines will be Kurt Russell.
I mean, that's always happening.
Does
I mean,
he have a band?
Who gives a shit?
right. I mean, the whole I mean, like, yeah. Well, it's also like because Britney was like from the jump, like a sex object. Like she was always billed that. Whereas
They tried to do the whole innocent thing right off the bat because
Right.
when she was super young, they tried that.
That's true. And like and Taylor was kind of like,
I'm not
like
that
this little-
innocent.
Right. Yeah. Like Taylor was like, I'm like this little country bumpkin and singing like this, this like kind of country song. And so I think that and then had to kind of turn into like, I'm doing my Sexy Time record now. You know what I mean?
Collectively, I think we as a society have, whether we recognize it or not, we were feeling a lot of guilt about what we did to Britney and what we did to like the Mandy Moores, the Britneys, the Christina Aguilera's, the Lindsay Lohans of the world. That when Taylor came along and like, I think, or just that her whole senior class of like pop stars from that, we're like, we're not going to be so shitty to female pop stars. We're still going to be a little shitty, like pretty shitty. Yeah. But like, we're not going to do like the virgin whore thing anymore. We're going, they still do kind of.
Thank fuck.
It's still there. It's just under but it's like, don't talk about it.
Yeah. Right.
And
it's on the way out.
So I think it was now, it's like, oh, Taylor's a businesswoman. She's a songwriter. She's, and also country music is a little bit kinder to women, I think, as songwriters because of the long tradition of like the Loretta Lynn's and like the Wanda Jacksons and like the Dolly Partons, where it's like, if you go the country route, it's kind of you sidestep the pop princess.
I think that's fair.
Sexualization a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think Taylor was very savvy, but took a lot of women's corpses to get her there.
Yeah, and like
a lot of people had to land that grenade.
People were so like ruthless, and like the paparazzi's still bad, but like in the Britney era, it was like
it was tough,
merciless. It's like we all watched her break down, and it was like
shave her head and all that shit.
Like she should have been able to have privacy. Wow, we like lost like our numbers in half when we started talking about
That's true. That's true. Well, here, but no. We'll
all I have to say is it's Britney, bitch.
So, what do you guys think about season 8 of Game of Thrones?
I like both of them.
Well, no. Here's one. So here's one real quick. Like, here's like let's do like we'll do the thing. And now who's hotter? Same dude, different characters. Han Solo or Indiana Jones? What are we thinking?
Indiana Jones, but only when he's like wearing his glasses.
Oh,
Han Solo.
You like Professor Indiana Jones? Professor
Jones? Like
okay.
the one where he's like on the adventure with his dad. Isn't like the first scene him teaching a class, and all like the 1950s women are all like, hey, like making sex eyes at him.
Yeah.
No, that's.
I mean, I'd sploosh it for either, but as a purist, I gotta say Han Solo.
Although Indiana Jones was.
I mean, I'd take either. Don't get me wrong.
Of course.
Who's hotter?
Oh no! Wait, here we go.
Who's hotter? The same guy.
Right. That's true.
Space.
Yeah, that's true. I think there's an apples and oranges. I think I would have to give it to Indiana Jones. I think either Professor Jones or like leathery adventurer type thing. He's got a little bit of the scrub. He's got a little bit more swagger and like. I mean, he's got swagger in both for fucking days. But I mean, like, I think that just like the aesthetics work a little bit better. I think as Indiana Jones. For Harrison Ford himself, you know what I mean? I think that Harrison Ford is like a little bit more Indiana Jonesian. I think that's more of like
Harrison Ford himself is just angry.
Yeah, that's true. Like, just like a curmudgeon-y, like.
I legit want him to be my grandfather, but
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, then you could both sleep with the same woman. No.
You make that sound like it's a bad thing.
I know, right? Yeah,
I was just saying.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
I would gladly be Harrison Ford's
sloppy
seconds.
See that coming.
Neither did he.
It's probably and this one is
it's the hat.
The hat,
yeah, it's the hat.
Witness, yeah.
Yeah, Witness is pretty good.
I ain't never seen Han Solo wear a hat.
No, we're talking about.
Well, holy shit! Jones. I remember right before what was it? Force Awakens came out. I remember, or not before, but like after when they were shown, like they're like, oh, it's the art of the Force Awakens, blah blah blah, and they had this awesome fucking concept art of like Han Solo in like a really long duster with like this really awesome beard, and I was like, fuck, that could have been so dope. Instead of him literally like, I've been wearing the same jacket for 30 years. You know what I mean? Like that was like a little. That was always a little awkward.
I wonder what that jacket smells like.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? It probably smells like wet Wookiee.
I bet you in all of the Star Trek uniforms. Because, like, that was a thing that's kind of come about where everybody's talking about how bad the Star Trek uniforms smelled because they were all like this, like, the fabric just retained the smell.
Really?
And so, like, everybody that just was, like so stinky. Like, it was just, like, they couldn't do anything because you can't get smell out of that, like, the spandex like that.
How can you make 60s Shatner not hot?
Right.
So, Sean, here's an idea
because that man fucking had it.
Yeah, absolutely. For a long time. Yeah.
Here's an idea for a bad movie night. What would it take for us to watch Call of the Wild?
I'm on board.
No, let's do it.
I want to watch it with the guy cut, with the guy in the suit.
Yeah.
The dude released the dude cut.
Yeah.
Like. Oh my God. Yeah, in case anybody knows, if there's that movie, The Call of the Wild, that has like a digital dog that we later found out wasn't played like by a tennis ball, which is like what most of the time they'll have some stuff
Yeah.
like that, you know, like where it's like you're looking at this, you know, character and like it's like little tennis ball be going around. It was literally like, oh my god, it was literally like a guy like who just looked like, on all fours, like standing there looking up at like
Hello, Governor.
like looking up like stoned, probably half drunk curmudgeon-y Harrison Ford for 3 months while they filmed this fucking like $150 million Disney movie.
Like, isn't there a picture where he's in his motion capture suit and it's when the dog is like handing or he's fetching something?
Yes.
And he has something in his mouth and he's like, "Rrr," and it's like Harrison Ford.
Oh my god, I just can't imagine like those phone calls that he would get, like that he would probably give like back to his wife or his family or whatever. It's like, yeah, so me and Trent have been really making a lot of eyes lately on set and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like the guy looks like a Trent. He looks like a
Trent.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like,
You know, but the one thing we can say about that is I bet you that PETA and that damn bitch Carol Baskins are real happy about all this dog CGI. No animals will harm.
Personally,
That's true.
as someone,
That's
an 80s child who was raised on
Oh.
Milo and Otis, who also,
Oh,
as an adult, can look up the
no.
Milo and Otis Wikipedia page.
Milo and Otis
I
and Homeward
also-
Bound.
I am
Fucking
very,
Homeward Bound.
very happy that we're now having our dog stars in
They
CGI.
were like 85 cats and dogs were harmed in filming of this.
Harmed
Like,
or
Oh.
Snow buddies. Look
Dead
up
in
the
the
snow
ground.
buddies.
Nope. No, I'm not doing a goddamn thing you say, Mark.
yeah, right. That's
Snow
I
buddies.
love you,
so
but no.
sad.
No, there's literally
You're leading me into a trap.
Morgan, remember
At
there
least
was
in John Wick, the dog doesn't actually get killed, as opposed to
Yeah, as opposed
I don't
to
know, they were
Milo
just throwing, they were just chucking dogs down a
river.
raging waterfall.
Yeah,
No.
water.
no.
The H.H. Holmes treatment.
Dude,
I wish it was a guy in a
it's
motion
like a dog
capture
H.H.
suit.
Holmes. Oh my god. No,
H.H. Holmes killed a lot of dogs.
that's true. No, like I remember with that one specifically, like
Oh my
there's a
gosh.
scene. It's like I think it was filmed in like England and maybe Ireland or something like that. And there's like a part where they're like on like it looks like the cliffs of Moher. It's like these plateaus and they drop off and it's just the sea. And like there is literally like this little fucking like orange tabby cat that like
Garfield?
They literally like put into a catapult like fucking Ozymandias in HBO's The Watchmen and just fucking sent this thing flying and like right.
Its last words were,
Which is
I hate Mondays.
Yeah.
Aw. It's such like Milo and Otis is such a childhood memory because it's a very specific.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Well, the opening weekend, it's like one of the fights I had with my sister that I very, very much remember, where Milo and Otis and The Little Mermaid were like premiering on the same weekend, and we had to
Yes.
decide which one to go to.
yes.
And I wanted to see the Kitty and the Puppy one, and she wanted to go see Little Mermaid, and she was like, Milo and Otis, I'll tell you that movie right now. It's just meow meow, ruff ruff.
That's a pretty good impression of her sister, too, actually.
That was her summation of the movie, and that was her. Like, we ended up going to see The Little Mermaid because I guess that argument. I just remember her going
my
like
God.
meow meow, ruff ruff, and then fart noises.
Right. I mean, like, well, I like that. I mean, you could also have like you think about, you could have like a little cross thing where it's like they chuck a fucking animal like to a certain death, and then Ursula comes up, you poor unfortunate souls. Like
That, yeah. Oh, speaking of Disney, and did you guys see Disney Plus release Splash?
Splash. Yeah.
They
Holy
put
shit, that was fucking
CGI
What
in
is
there.
what is Splash?
Daryl Hannah vehicle from the 80s starring Tom Hanks, king of the COVID virus.
Yep.
King of the
And
COVID
Daryl
virus.
Hannah, she plays a mermaid.
King of America, really.
Basically the Little Mermaid, but in but there's like
modern 80s New York or something.
but there's
right?
like partial nudity as like there's a
Go on.
butt cheeks, a little bit of nipple, And when Disney Plus released Splash, they decided to add CGI hair to her ass crack.
Yep.
Because like normally the end of the movie, she runs back into the ocean and you see her butt, but it's like not. It's
Hey
not,
girl,
like,
let me see the hairy
sexy
butt.
nudity. But like they didn't even CGI it well. It's like
CGI pubes.
mermaids. I like watched this GIF over and over again. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's so creepy.
Oh my
Hold
God.
on, here we go. We got this one. And
Yes.
this is gonna
Morgan, I love you, but you are quite possibly the strangest person I've ever met.
Why? I didn't do that's not me.
I'm looking for these CGI pubes.
right.
No, it's on her butt though. It's not like pubes. It's like it's like if you had a hairy
No,
back.
butt hair is pubes.
No. She's saying like
Nope.
maybe her hair, like her hair, like.
So they-
Oh!
Gradually extended.
I'm thinking visually, like
You changed the title to
visual
Yes.
butt hair.
Why would Disney
Like-
Plus add pubes to her butt, Steve?
Dude,
Birth of Venus.
dude, I don't know the kind of shit you watch.
No, so they digitally lengthened her, like the hair on her head to
So
cover
he was
her-
supposed to look like her hair was cascading down to hide
There
her
we go.
dirty,
Oh,
her
that's terrible.
her
That's
lower
terrible.
down.
Yeah, it's really bad, and it's a like I mean, they paid,
The
they paid some fucking intern who just like started on the lot to do that thing because it looks horrible.
I could have done it. I
As-
feel like it was like a pink
as
gif
per what
of
I
blonde
want-
hair. You stupid
As-
kid.
As per what I want etched on my tombstone, just show the ass.
Just show the
Oh
ass,
yeah, no, I mean like that's what I'm saying. It's like you want to be like, hey yo, how's the like y'all?
I like that Justin cheered to that.
I
Just show
I
the
pro
ass.
ass.
Butts are not that big of a goddamn deal. Like I don't.
In Europe, they'd have butts on like deodorant commercials. Like
Yeah.
In Europe, they also have tits, which I
they
mean,
have tits too, because it's not that big. It's just a human body.
no, and I agree, but God bless them.
Okay, so
Well, that's even like it was like G back in the day. You could have a whole ass in the, you know,
Mhm.
it's like
in like a PG-13 movie. Yeah, right.
Let me see
Oh,
them
here,
G-rated titties.
Here's a question. So I love this is probably my favorite comment of the stream
Is this a question?
so far, without a doubt. So do any of us have a scene like that, like in the VHS era that we would
Whoa.
do we have anything like that out there?
Huh.
Possibly the shower scene in Starship Troopers.
Oh, there we go. Okay, right before they were horrifically murdered.
Yeah, because
Nice, like nice. You're
Yeah,
into those
yeah.
those '90s basketball boobs. That's pretty
hey,
sweet,
at,
Steve.
at
Oh,
that
sure.
time I was maybe 13.
That's true. I mean, come
Sure.
on.
You're gonna do whatever you can to see tits at that
That's
age.
true. No,
well, and that was when you could like slow
I
up
s-
the VCR to play it like slower.
I still have a Playboy that I found on a golf cart path in Peachtree City, Georgia.
I think I still have my Drew Barrymore issue of Playboy that I
hell
subscribed to via Publishers Clearinghouse
yeah.
when I was like 15.
You may already be a winner.
And yeah.
How did you get to it before your
So
parents?
it came in a brown. Here's my story about that. So I signed up for it, and they didn't do an age check, and so it would come in like a brown paper bag. So I would get it, and then I had a guy at school who would pay me $15 an issue,
But-
and so I'd sell him the issues. But I kept that one. That's the only one I kept.
Justin.
And then after like 6 issues, my stepdad found it and opened it like by accident, like he thought it was his, and he was like, "What?" Then he got really mad, so he confiscated like 3 months worth. And then finally he was like, it doesn't matter. He's like, they're up in my office. You can take them. Because I told him I was selling them, and he was
Go
like,
be a man.
he's like, all right.
Justin,
Hilarious.
you were getting magazines that were wrapped in brown paper, and your mom wasn't like,
No.
this is porn.
No. As long as it's not wet, it's fine.
It's like, oh, they wrap
Because
magazines
imagine getting a
in
wet parcel.
brown paper.
Right. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
here you go.
Oh, no,
Here
'cause I
you go,
used to know-
kid. I don't
Wait,
like
dude.
touching this.
Yeah.
hold on, wait. To be fair, there was a period in the 90s where you could order comic books online, and some of the different covers they'd have wrapped, so you wouldn't know which cover you got.
Okay.
So I used to buy a lot of it was Death of Superman would have a black wrap, or some of the X-Men stuff had different wraps. Yep. So it wasn't completely out of the ordinary. But also I was home more often, so I would get the mail.
It was a protective measure against the sun and different things or whatever it was. It was so it
a protective measure against the sun. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We're all wrapped in plastic now, buddy.
The funniest.
Yeah, but I have a specific investment.
That's true. No, another one I was thinking of. Well, here we got this one.
To answer your question, Sean.
What?
It is. I didn't rewind the VHS that I rewound the most was UHF.
We got it all on UHF.
I tried to transcribe the entire script of UHF
while masturbating.
So I had one hand and I had a brother word processor.
To be fair, Fran Drescher in that movie,
super hot.
Very hot.
Here comes the fire hose.
I watched the first 20 minutes of UHF probably 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And I got to meet Weird Al. They did a
fuck you in the neck.
And a friend of mine put the show on at the Music Box, and so he was the guy that did it. And I was like, "Is there any way that I can meet him and get a signature or something?" He's like, "Yeah, no problem." So I got me and Morgan got a private meet and greet with Weird Al and the director of UHF. And it was just us on the back porch.
I was so excited, and Weird Al was not excited.
He
was so lovely, though. He was so lovely.
So I told him this story, and I was like, "Yeah, I tried to transcribe, and I wanted to do it Monty Python style. I wanted to learn the entire movie. So I transcribed every and ah." And he's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "That's so great." And what was he said? He had done the same thing. He had done
it to George Carlin's stand-up.
Yeah. When he was a kid, he had transcribed, and so I was like, "Oh yeah," and then I also didn't realize that Suncoast Motion Picture Company probably sold the script, and I could have just bought it for $25, saved myself $1,000.
That's how you memorize the movie, by writing it over.
I've met so many celebrities over the course of my life. And just nothing. I don't care. But if I met Weird Al, I think I would lose my goddamn mind.
I was having a moment.
I can see that for sure.
Because
but that's for anyone.
I have known of him since I was maybe 5 years old.
Sure.
If not earlier.
He's also the nicest dude.
Yeah.
He's so unbelievably genuine and nice, and everything you want your celebrity encounter to be. So cool.
That's all I've heard about him. And it's just I just want to shake his hand, tell him how much, what kind of an impact he made on my life, and then walk away. Because it's the same thing I want to do with Monty Python folk, because Monty Python is my be-all, end-all of comedy. I wouldn't have my sense of humor without them.
Yeah.
And I thankfully got to speak to John Cleese over the phone, but it was not a proper moment to be to fanboy, basically. And so I had two other opportunities. One was to meet Terry Gilliam, one was to meet Terry Jones. But with Terry Gilliam, I was in line to meet him, and they cut it off literally right in front of me. And I almost started crying.
I bet you did, dude.
While dressed as Slave Leia. Which no one wants to see.
Right.
And then the second time was Terry Jones, and I was just way too shit-faced that entire Dragon
It's
Con.
good to know your limits.
Dragon Con. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, no,
Just is such a giant party anyway. Here,
one of my goals next time I go to Dragon Con is just to not drink. I'm just going to be high and then trip acid on specific nights.
There you go. There you go. This is a classic one. This is a formative one for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like,
cool,
that's
yeah.
one of the biggest ones. I mean, that gets
Well, here's something that I feel is possibly specifically me. I can see Amelia jumping in on this as well. I hear Phoebe Cates, and I think Phoenix TX.
Who's that?
It was a very short-lived punk band during Blink-182's Enema of the State days, and I am surprised Amelia has no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Who?
I don't know that.
All
Steve,
I really need
Steve,
is
the reason I
someone
just got
like
up.
Phoebe.
Okay. So the reason I
Oh,
just
go
got
on.
up, you were talking
Okay,
about
I know that fucking. Okay, I think I know that song.
you were talking about Terry Jones, and so I actually went to the book signing for this Douglas Adams Terry Jones book,
Holy shit!
and
there it is.
There he is.
And
so
son
the
of a bitch.
The best part about it, they were both there, and so I had him sign the new book, and then I had him. I had Douglas Adams sign a copy of Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, and I had the two books together, and they were just kind of going down the line. And Terry Jones grabbed the Starship book, signed that, and then he went to go sign the other book, and he looked at it, and he's like, "Ew, I didn't write this," and he threw it at Douglas Adams.
You know that's his bit. He was
I
doing
know,
that all weekend.
That's
It's like
amazing.
It was just so funny.
Hey, even if that's a bit, that's a fantastic.
Oh no,
so good.
it's so good.
But like, here's the crazy thing about like that whole thing was that so Douglas Adams like had this whole like speech that he did at the beginning while he was talking about this, and he read it, and it was like super funny, and it was like talking about working with Terry Jones, and I was like, this is amazing. I can't believe like I got to see this guy talk. And then I got home and I bought the book at the book signing event, and he basically had just memorized the foreword of the book and just said it out loud. And I was like, wait, I was so crestfallen. But I thought he was like telling this hilarious off the cuff story, like bam, 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 bam. But like literally he just read the foreword. Like I had like an introduction, had memorized it. And I was like,
no, I got this on stock.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was just like really like this amazing thing that I had experienced, but no, I'm like, no, he just read the introduction. I was like, oh, well, whatever, you know. It was. I got to meet two legends at the same time, which is incredible.
That's pretty cool.
Bummer ending, but fantastic story.
Oh no, it's still great because it was still super funny to be there and like to be in a room with those guys is just like, oh.
Oh, here we go. Hey, we gotta throw him up because we did mention you a little bit before. What's going on there, Scott? What's up, buddy? We just had a live on air.
Show me your dick
of the Taylor Swift Britney thing.
Don't know it slashed our viewers in half though. So we
No, yeah, right. But everybody decided to bail as soon as we started talking about it. But Britney won out, won the day, unfortunately. Oh man, I mean, like,
fortunately.
Yeah, right. Fortunately,
she
right.
needs a win.
I got you. No, well, shit. What do you guys got going on this week? What do you guys got going on for the weekend and stuff like that? Dustin, you said you're going to be doing
weekend. What?
Well, we got the weekend coming up, right?
Yeah, it's all one big day.
It's Tuesday, Sean.
That's true.
Wait.
Right now.
Well, you know what they say? Tuesday is just the poor man's Thursday.
That's true. That's very true.
Well, I'm looking forward to our Westworld Wednesday tomorrow with our friend Kyle.
That's true.
Yeah.
That'll be really good.
Those have been a shitload of fun. Those have been really cool.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a little DJ set tomorrow.
The thing I hate about anything I'm recording in is because my eyebrows are not visual. I have the beadiest fucking eyes out of this whole fucking.
Yeah, that's what. Whenever I do see you whenever I see you on camera, I always like have that little monologue from Jaws. It's just like, you ever seen a Tarman Jr. eyes when he bites you, when he takes a drink of whiskey? It's like he's not even
black eyes like a doll's eyes.
Like a doll's eyes.
Sometimes he comes up, you make some noise and he goes away.
Sometimes
he didn't go away. And then he makes it, and then he hears screaming. And
how much whiskey have you drank?
The screaming goes on. And
He's having He's having his one man lighthouse show going on.
That's what I'm saying. Are we lighthousing right now?
Where you see everything's fine, but
here.
That's better. Now the sharks, they got rid of the dogs.
So here we go. I wanted to actually. I wanted to say, switching gears for just a second before we sign off, because we'll probably sign off in the next 5-10 minutes. This has been really fun.
Don't do that. This is fun.
No, I know it is fun, and it's good to see you, Steve. But
I want to yell at the internet.
I
like doing this.
Wait,
so we're talking about Watchers in the Bunker.
Yeah,
I can answer this.
Don't ask questions, Tyler.
He said he was gonna yell and he delivered.
Yeah, he delivered.
That's the answer, Tyler. You got it. Don't ask questions. The next episode, we did a Tiger King episode, which I'm gonna be dropping probably late tonight. I'm almost done editing it, and we just recorded another episode this afternoon. We'll be dropping that soon thereafter.
That's true. And also, another thing that we're going to be doing, because we did the pandemic picture, like the Watchers in the Bar video, Watchers in the Bunker pandemic pictures thing, where we watch a movie.
Yeah.
We do a movie reaction. I think because Amelia...
I have suggestions.
Amelia and Morgan have never seen John Wick before. We're going to do a live movie reaction to John Wick. And I think it's going to be a shitload of fun.
better be good.
It's a good movie. It's a fun movie.
Sean, with how much I have been hemming and hawing about that movie, you have to include me with that.
Yeah? You got you think you can set up a light and wait, have you seen John Wick? You've seen John Wick.
No.
You haven't?
Never seen John Wick.
Oh, dude. Okay, so we gotta get you set up with an iPhone, and we can do a whole synchronized thing. So we can absolutely
we can do it Tiger King and I style. But sorry, Steve, we only allow people with eyebrows.
Yeah, so try and grow them.
So Steve, if you could work on that beforehand.
We can just draw it'll be fine.
Right.
Take a moment on some drag queen eyebrow tutorials, and you'll be fine.
Or get some fake mustaches. Oh my god!
All right, he's been muted, everybody. But no, so John Wick.
Did you mute?
John Wick. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, he's in timeout for a second. No, but we're definitely we should definitely do because to find out that Steve, Morgan, and Mill have never seen a John Wick movie.
Yeah.
No.
We do the first one, and I don't know. I think it's going to be a blast because I fucking love those movies. They're a lot of fun.
Okay.
I missed when the first one came out, and then there were more, and then I was overwhelmed. Is it too late to start? Can I watch the third one if I didn't watch the first two? So it's time.
Yeah, hold on. Here we go.
Same. That was not good for old radio over here.
That's true. So anyway, I just do want to say I'm gonna bring Steve back on.
I am.
Nope. Nope. No. Hold on, Steve. I'm getting ready to take you back. I want you to use your inside voice now, okay? All right. Anyway, I just wanted to say.
Did you bring
I just wanted to say.
Oh my god!
I wanted to say that we really, really do appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out for these live hangouts that we've been doing lately. These are normally for our patrons, so if you want to chip in, support us a little bit on Patreon.com. You head on over to Patreon.com/SeanTankTop. Give us a wee bit of support, and you unlock so much cool shit for $2 a month. I counted it. You get 70 hours of content for $2 a month. Because I went back, I went back and I took the paywall off of everything. So we just wanted to say that this is a little. We like to include everybody in on this thing because it's a shitload of fun and it's really fun to interact with the fans and everything like that. We appreciate y'all. You guys stay safe, shelter in place, and everything like that. And we are going to we're going to let you guys go, but you guys take it easy. Check us out.
Overthrow the government. Eat Arby's.
Yeah, right.
Don't go full Willem Dafoe.
Light Molotov cocktails. Buy Arby's chicken fingers.
All right. Well, hey, we're going to say goodbye to everybody. You guys take it easy, and we'll talk to y'all later. We got a bunch of content coming out this week, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody. Bye.